On July 26, Triple G returns to the Garden. We're making the rounds here on ESPN.com. I'm Cassidy Hubbarth alongside Brian Campbell. Dan Rafael will join us shortly. Gennady Golovkin takes on Daniel Geale in a middleweight title fight on HBO. Brian, how big of a test is this for Triple G?
Look, for my money, Geale is the most accomplished and also the most dangerous opponent at this point in Golovkin's rise. Because look, as much as Golovkin just smashes the eye test and as much as a lot of people has already anointed him, there's only so much we really know about him at this point. And Geale is the right opponent who can test him. Look, former titleist, has been in there with some of the top middleweights in the world. He's a guy that can box, can be slick, but also has a backbone and can stand and fight. And Cassie, a lot of people have wanted this to be a Golovkin-Chavez fight, of course. That fight's not going to happen, but this is definitely a good replacement.
All right, well, let's bring in ESPN boxing insider Dan Rafael. Dan, how do these two fighters match up stylistically?
I think, Cassie, this is a great style matchup because neither guy is the kind of guy that likes to get in there and run and play defense. They're capable of using defense, but they're more offensive-minded fighters. Golovkin, he has the highest knockout ratio of any active title holder in boxing. That tells you he likes to throw a lot of punches. He can get you out of there with one shot. Daniel Geale has been in the ring with a lot of good opponents, and he has won most of those fights. He's scored knockdowns. Even in the fight that he lost last summer, when he lost his belt to Darren Barker, he knocked him down. So this is going to be a good test for both guys. Good style matchup. I think we're going to see an exciting fight, whoever comes out as the winner.
Well, Golovkin has fought at the Garden before, but in the theater. This will be the first time fighting in the main arena. So, Brian, how bright is Golovkin's star shining right now?
It's huge, and it's only getting bigger. Look, there's a palpable buzz each time Triple G comes in for his next fight. There's just a fan base that's large and looming because people love to see exciting fighters, and they love to see knockouts. And Golovkin is a guy who is delivering that. Look, it's been his dream to fight in Madison Square Garden. He's going to get a chance in the big arena here. He wants to sort of make it his home, a la Miguel Cotto. But what separates Triple G and the potential from other fighters, we've seen big punchers, we've seen brawlers who have built fan bases, but Triple G has that technical side, that amateur background that makes him such an exciting guy to watch and such a difficult opponent to step in against.
Well, Dan, as we've mentioned, this wasn't the original summer fight for Triple G. There was that deal in place to face Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., but it fell apart. Is there any hope for this fight to happen sometime in the future?
Oh, most definitely. First of all, obviously, Triple G has to win the fight July 26th. And the fight with Chavez and Golovkin did not fall apart because there was a disagreement between the two camps. Gennady Golovkin and his people, they had signed off on the deal. They had agreed on everything. It really came down to Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and his promoter, Top Rank, unable to iron out their differences. And so they're going to have to get on the same page as far as that goes. But here's the thing. If it doesn't work out for Chavez and Golovkin, you're looking at a possibility of Chavez Jr. in what I think is probably a bigger economic fight for Chavez in the fall against super middleweight title holder Carl Froch. So one way or the other, you have to figure that Chavez Jr. is going to get a really big fight come this fall. The question, if you're a Gennady Golovkin fan, is it going to be Triple G standing across the ring for him, or is it going to be Carl Froch?
Well, we have a great fight to look forward to on July 26, Golovkin and Geale. And for more news from around the world of sweet science, keep it on the boxing page here on ESPN.com. For Dan Rafael and Brian Campbell, I'm Cassidy Hubbarth. Thanks for watching Making the Rounds.